In Mystic Falls, some secrets cut deeper than any bite. Tonight, old wounds reopen and the line between ally and enemy begins to blur. Welcome to A Few Good Men. Welcome back! What's up, everybody? I am your host, Amber Janae, and I'm very excited about this episode because this is the first time I saw filming. So I'm very excited about it. And I'm very excited that Presley is here with me today to recap this episode with me. As you guys know from the last episode, we introduced Presley. She is one of our co-producers. She's usually behind the camera and also a tour guide here at Mystic Falls Tours.
Probably definitely taken a tour with me at one point.
At least in the last few years. She has been the one taking you around as I have not been. So that's great. That's great. Listen, so we are going to be revisiting some film locations this episode, so that'll be fun. I'm going to share some of my own photos with the cast that I have from that night, and we're going to break down some receipts and props tied to the episode. This is a good one. We got a lot of really cool stuff for this episode, so let's just get into it. The episode opens, and we meet Harper. So Harper is one of the tomb vampires, and he attacks a hiker, and I love the hiker's like, dude, why are you in these clothes?
And he's like, what do you mean, what year is it?
He's like, what? Like, what? What do you mean, what year?
About?
I guess, like, in that situation, you wouldn't think.
Yeah. I love when they do that, though. I love when, like,
too.
Shows bring people from, like, the past. Like, Outlander, I'm watching that right now, and she comes back, and she's, like, screaming at this dude. She's like, what year is it? And he's like, it's this year. And she's like, who won this battle? And he's like, why does that matter?
Yeah, he's like, I don't understand. You're being crazy. Yeah. But yes, that is kind of how he sounds. Yeah. And then he says, I'm sure you're a good person. And he attacks the guy. Yeah. Now, when he attacks the guy, we see that he's wearing a ring. Yes.
And I noticed that daylight ring looks a lot like the Gilbert ring, but it's blue instead of black.
So we're gonna.
I don't know if that was intentional.
I wonder if that was intentional. I don't think it's one that we have a rubber version of downstairs, but I would like to take a deeper look at it. We should do a screen cap and kind of.
You could see it very, like, when he, like, grabs the guy. Yes. You can see it, and I
noticed the lapis. I noticed the lapis on it whenever.
And I figured it had to have been made by at least Emily.
Yes.
And, so I didn't know if... Because we haven't learned where the Gilbert ring
the Gilbert ring doesn't come into play until tonight, until this episode. But we don't know anything about it.
Is it even called the Gilbert ring yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, so it's just a Larix mystery ring.
It is not. It is a Larix mystery ring at this point. Remember when we first saw it, we thought it was his daylight ring. Because everybody was like, is Alaric a vampire? But no, he's not.
And then Damon and Stefan have the round one. So I was a little shocked to see it looked a lot like the Gilbert ring.
Yeah, I'm interested to look at that and to kind of look at our little rubber ones down there and just make sure we don't have anything like that.
That's probably what it was. It was probably just the mold they already had and they were like, make that one.
Yeah, just make it. Just whatever you have to do. But now I want to see pearls and stuff now too. Now that we're talking about it, I kind of would like to try to see everyone else's to kind of see what they look like.
I know we have never mind.
Maybe Isabel's.
We have hers and we have Catherine's because they share one, right?
Catherine
she has the necklace.
But she does wrap it into a bracelet. Yes,
and I think Isabel also wears the same.
She wears a necklace. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we'll have to
maybe look at that.
Sorry, who's Isabel? All right, so Elena is on the porch writing in her journal, sitting in the swing, and I like bringing this up because this particular scene right here, they're definitely at the stages. Yeah, and the way that you can tell that is where she's sitting at on the screen. Right behind her, there's a whole bunch of bushes and trees and stuff. In real life, whenever they're filming on the porch at the Gilbert house, you can see the side of Caroline Forbes' house right behind them. It's like a big spot for the tour. It's such a little 2-for-1 getting Caroline's house. You don't know that's Caroline's house when you're watching the show because they only show you the front and the very back of Caroline's house and then a little bit of the inside. But they're definitely at the stages and you can tell because there's like trees everywhere.
I always tell people on the tour, they do such a good job of hiding those two.
They do.
I'm jumping ahead of myself, but later on you see that other two people are neighbors, and they never hide that in the show. You always see the other person's house right next door to Graham's.
Oh, yes.
So if y'all have taken the tour...
We are going to bring that up.
Yeah. And then also, it's so blurry behind them. You can never really see what's going on behind them because there's not really anything there.
Okay, so Elena says, hey, what do you know about my birth mom? Mm-hmm. And Jenna says, well, I found a few things. Yeah. Let's come on inside, and then Jenna gets on Bing.
The product Bing? Placement of Bing.
Does Bing want to sponsor the podcast? Yeah, I don't know. Is Bing still around? I don't even know. So she bings and she gives Elena Trudy's info and shows her a picture of who she thinks may be her mom. Yeah. And she says, I found a name, blah, 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 but it's not likely that she used the real name. Here's your dad's records, la-di-da-di-da. So she has been doing her due diligence to try to figure out who this person is.
And I like to imagine that the photo that they showed him, it literally looks like they took a photo of Nina Dobrev and then photoshopped Isabel's face onto a younger body.
I'm pretty sure it is a picture of Nina and Caroline. Or Caroline and Elena, yes. And they just put, it's really bad photoshopping. It's so bad. It is very bad.
You could see the blur on the side of the face where they try to cover it up.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Now, she also says, hey, kind of a coincidence, but Alaric has got a dead wife, and her name's also Isabel. So I think at this point, we can pretty much put 2 and 2 together, because how many fucking people named Isabel are there? Yeah. That's not a popular name. That's not a big name. Also, wouldn't be the name that I would come up with if I was making up a name. I don't think Isabel would be it.
Well, they spell it weird, too.
Yes, I think they spell it with an O.
Isoble or something.
Isobel.
Isobel.
Yeah. All right. So we see Damon. He's binge eating ladies. Mm-hmm. He's binging the women. And he promises not to kill the girls. He says, I'm not going to kill them. I'm just having fun right now. He was like, I'm depressed. My life is over. This is terrible. I mean, he is he's losing it.
And I think this is still one of those things where at this point you decide, are you Team Damon or are you Team Stefan? Because at this point I was literally like, dude, you are how old? And just shut up. If she doesn't love you, let it go.
You got to move on. Yeah. You got to move on. I mean, listen, I'm going to give him the day. I'm going to give him the day. You, 145 years, you were chasing it. She didn't want anything to do with you. You find that out. But, bro, you're going to live forever. You also very attractive. You can get anyone.
And then you also had 145 years to just get over her.
Yeah.
It's...
go compel Taylor Swift. What are you doing? You could literally be dating anyone. Megan Fox. What are we... I don't even know. I'm just trying to name popular people. I don't even know. Who's attractive? He could just date any of them. I don't get it.
You could compel Nikki Reed from Twilight.
Seriously. I think he does at some point. Oh, yeah. He says I wrote this down because I was like, ugh, typical Damon. This is how men are. He says, I need to exploit some women in the name of grief. I was like, Lord, all right. Caroline.
You either love him or you hate him at this point.
Caroline. All right. Speaking of Caroline is with Matt. They're at the house. Mm-hmm. They did film that inside the living room at the Donovan house. And she's like, hey, you got a bachelor pad. Get naked, bruh. She's like, let's get to it.
And he's like, who walks in?
He says, okay. They start taking off their clothes. And then Mommy Donovan. Yeah.
I think, I hate her. I hate her. She walks in and it's like, oh, God.
I wrote down a couple of times that I didn't even want to talk to her about. She feels like such a mean girl.
I don't like her face. You're judging Caroline for what? You're doing the same.
A child, by the way. You're supposed to be a kid.
You're doing worse. Elena obviously doesn't want your son. I don't think anybody wants your son other than Caroline.
Yes.
And then you're blaming Caroline for Elena not wanting your son.
Also, it's really weird to be like, oh, is she the one? They're 17, dude.
Well, also, where have you been?
Who was the one for you? The last 9 dudes you've been with?
This has already been going on for 3 months now, and then she shows up and she's like, well, that's my son. I'm like, okay, raise him then. He's still a baby.
What's happening? Because he's been paying the bills on minimum wage, honey child.
And she's
it's
judging
not...
Caroline.
Golly, Lord.
You know what it is? Her mom's a sheriff, and I bet you she is arrested.
Well, she calls her Leslie Forbes, first of all. She says, what are you hanging out with Leslie Forbes' daughter for? She's not a Leslie. She was just
married to a gay dude.
Married to a gay man. So obviously that there is something there. She either has arrested her or they just have some kind of beef from high school. You know how that kind of stuff goes.
But I did want to add into that. You see Matt's house, and we know that they filmed inside. I think they did use some of just the lady that lives there furniture. Because when you look at it in the show, it doesn't give tweaker mom busboy son. It doesn't. It
doesn't. It doesn't. I think you're right.
An older lady that has just kind of collected stuff throughout the years that they just left on the wall and were like,
I think you're right. I think that when they first used that house, they weren't sure if they were going to continue to use it. Because they did use the kitchen in the scene. We talked about it way earlier in the season. This was like episode 3 or whatever.
Where Vicky comes back.
Where Vicky is in transition. They did film that. And I felt the same way about the kitchen. Animal attack.
Matt Donovan not doing his job.
Mm-hmm. No. I mean, who wants to date the mayor?
But yeah, no, I definitely feel like some of that was just the lady that lives there stuff.
Yes, I think so too.
We'll leave
also, she still lives there, and she's the best. I love her. We go by the house all the time. She also feeds a lot of the cats.
And I think I also need to make this very clear that I am not a Matt Donovan fan. I just want to put that out.
She is not.
I'm not.
I am.
And if you've taken the tour with me, you know how much I actually feel about Matt Donovan.
I love Maddie, Blue Eyes. So.
I love Zach, but Matt
also
Donovan.
do love Zach. That's true. Alaric and Jenna, they are putting up a sign.
Yes.
She's basically, so they're doing some kind of bachelor, we need to auction you off for charity thing. Alaric, she's like, hey, can you do this? And he's like, and then she was like, hey, I'm going to ruin this moment right now. I think your dead wife is Elena's mom.
And then Alaric's like, no way. And then he looks at the photo and he just walks away.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, I need a minute. Yep, that's her.
Because he doesn't even say anything to Jenna either. He's just like, oh yeah, okay, let me just turn around and go. I need to go.
He's like, well, no, she would have told me that. Would she have? Because there's a lot of things that she didn't tell you. She was obviously also, pretty manipulative. Yeah,
she left you for a vampire too. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely
begged a vampire to change her.
Which we're going to find out. Yeah, so it seemed like she was a little two-faced. I don't know. She wanted her cake and ate it too, but that's not. All right. Earlier in the episode, Stefan tells Elena, if you're going to go see Trudy, let me go with you. Mm-hmm. But then Elena finds herself driving around and she's like, I'm just going to go to Trudy's house. Mm-hmm. Now, I did speak to Jessica. Jessica's pretty sure she knows where that house is. Mm-hmm. So next time she's in town, we're going to try to find it. Yeah. So I don't think it's on a list anywhere. It was something they used one time. But I do believe that we went out there to see it at the time. I think it's in the town over. I think it might be in Lithonia. But like I said, Jessica's going to see about that. So she goes to Trudy's house. And Trudy's kind of acting weird.
I hated her.
Yeah, super annoying. First off,
I hate her face. I hated her character. I just hated her. I mean, I don't.
She's a dumb.
It's one of those people. Like as soon as she opened the door, I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, I know where this is about to go. I agree. She was very like, I don't understand what's going on.
It's like that Mean Girl. Like even with Kelly Donovan. Like it's just one of those things where it's like nothing you say seems sincere at all.
Yeah, and you felt her lying because she was like, oh, I haven't talked to her since. Oh, you are her daughter. Oh, you are da da da. Like,
oh, do you want tea? And then
you're not drinking your tea? Yeah. And then Elena's like, all right, that's coming up. But yeah, so she doesn't invite her in and she's acting kind of weird, right? She doesn't invite her in, but she looks like she's making sure. Yeah. So she's like, this seems kind of weird. So you kind of think Trudy knows something's going on, but we're not 100% yet. So Elena asks who her dad is. And Trudy says, oh, could never get her to tell me that.
Which you can also straight up see she's lying.
Oh yeah,
you can see it in her face. Her just go.
Like what kind of questions? What kind of questions did you think Elena was going to ask when she walked in the door? Top 5. Who's my dad? That was going to be one of the questions.
She was there to learn about Trudy. That's what you don't understand. She was not there to learn about her parents.
Yeah, she wanted to know everything she could about Trudy.
And
you were also a cheerleader?
She's like, oh, my mom was captain of the cheer team.
Can you give me some advice? Like, why do you care? You don't even cheer anymore.
But yeah, you could just see it in her face. Her face drops, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
okay.
We're going to find out who daddy is eventually, right? Eventually. And then she texts someone and says she's here. We assume it's Isabel. I mean, I assume it's Isabel.
You know, this might me sound stupid, but even watching it, knowing kind of what happens, for some reason, I assumed it was Catherine. I don't know why. When she texted that, I was she's texting Catherine.
That's actually a good thought. Honestly, that's not because if she That's honestly a good thought, because if she was weird about letting her in and all that stuff, maybe she has seen Catherine.
And I think it's because they play so much on Catherine being the vampire, but then they don't really play on Isabel too much until like later in this episode. So I automatically assume like, oh, it's Catherine for some reason.
And there's no way, because actually, if you start to think about it, if Catherine is around, she absolutely knows about Elena. There's no way she doesn't know about Elena.
Especially when she figure out more about Catherine. She knew it from the second she was born.
Yeah, probably. Yes, I think so too. Stefan meets Alaric in the town square. We have some photos from that. And he asks, what does Elena know? And Stefan fills him in. Now, this is the point where you realize Stefan's lying for Damon. Because he knows Damon is the one that attacked Isabel and all this stuff while they're trying to figure it out. Yeah. And he intentionally leaves that part out when telling Elena all the details that he's telling her. Which I guess the only thing that I can assume at this point is that he just feels so bad for him because of what happened with Catherine, that he's willing to not get everyone to hate him at once.
Yeah, because he says, I'm pretty sure he says in this episode, like, I'm sorry, it was my fault. I'm going to try to make this up to you. Like, it's my fault Catherine got taken away from you. So, I mean, yeah.
So he is feeling some guilt. And that's kind of, it kind of sucks for Elena, which we're going to see shortly. All right, so at that point, Stefan says, I'm going to need more. Because Stefan's like, I've been asking him, but he's not in a good place right now. You know, and Alaric's like, I need to know what Damon knows about my wife. Yeah. And he says, you're going to have to give me more. So Alaric gives him a picture, and he agrees to Stefan helping him. Now, at this point, there's a lot of people that know that don't know. So there's a lot of people that have some information, not all the information. The only person who has all the information is Isabel and Damon. So we're waiting to kind of see how that part's going to go.
And Damon also keeps playing so, like, nonchalant. He's
yes.
like, I don't know.
Who?
A needle in a haystack. No clue.
What are you talking about? I don't know who that is. Yeah. Ha, ha, ha. Yes. And I don't feel like... Well, no, we'll get to that. I'll feel like... I'll explain why I didn't believe that he didn't remember her. All right, so we get a flashback to Alaric and Isabel. She explains to him what she's been researching. She tells him that it's vampires. He doesn't believe her, but she's dead set on proving him, and he's dead set on being a supportive husband. So it seems like at the time, you know, she's doing all this research at Duke. She's doing all this research. Everything seems,
Duke
you know,
was also sponsored by the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah. Apparently, one of the writers went to Duke. We're gonna figure it out. But she's dead set on proving to him that vampires do exist, which now he knows they do. So she was right. So back at Trudy's house, this is when things get really weird between Trudy and Elena, because she says to Elena, why haven't you drank your tea? And then Elena goes to drink it, and she smells it, and she goes vervain. And then Trudy acts like stupid. Yeah. Like she don't know nothing. And then Elena's like, you didn't invite me in. You didn't whatever. And the whole thing. And then she basically is like, you need to get out of my house.
Which I also feel like that's the only scene where a human can tell if it's vervain or not. I don't think they ever play on that for the rest of the time.
I also don't feel like they play on that the rest of the time.
Well, I guess Caroline didn't know about it whenever Damon bit her. I think we already talked about that in the show.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think they ever talk about
also, it was in alcohol, so you're not really going to...
Yeah, that is also, true.
Like, so vervain is a tea, actually.
Yes, yeah.
But
and it also stinks really bad. It smells like dirt.
I wouldn't smell that, though, and go, oh, vervain? So no. I guess if you're just expecting regular tea, I don't know.
Yeah. Or at least tasting it, but like smelling it and being like, oh yeah, this is...
Yeah,
I don't know.
Definitely seemed off. I agree. Definitely seemed off. So at this point, now Liz asks Damon if he'll raffle a date, and he agrees to it. And then he says, hey, I'll do it, but I need you to dig up some info on the history teacher. I don't think Mystic Falls did their due diligence. There's something about this guy that weirds me out. And Sheriff Forbes is like, I'm on it.
Yeah, and I also, they keep calling him, like, Alaric Saltzman.
Yes.
This whole episode it wasn't Alaric, it was Alaric Saltzman.
Yeah, and it wasn't Mr. Saltzman. Or anything. Alaric Saltzman. That's so funny. That's so funny. When Elena left the house, I forgot to say this part, there's, like, a weird man in the street, and then that guy ends up killing Trudy.
She also has no, like, urgency. She just opens the door, unlocks the car, looks back, and he goes, "Oh, okay," and then just gets in the
car.
She's
like
not
nothing.
like, "Who the hell is behind me?"
And
right
you would
now?
think that Elena, she's had some experience with weird dudes just standing in the middle of the road.
Yeah, just her being like, "Oh," and then just getting in the car.
Oh, must be a neighbor. Wink, wink. Yeah. Well, the guy was a murderer, okay? Because he ended up killing Trudy. So she was like, "I did what you told me to." And he said, "I'm doing what I'm
Which was
told
also
to."
was a good scene where she's like, You can't come in. I didn't invite you in." He goes, well, I'm not a vampire, so get over.
I'm not a vampire, and it's broad daylight. You're screaming, and nobody hears it. So
and then she fell down the stairs, and then didn't even fall like that hard.
Yeah.
And then they pan back, and there's like blood all over the floor.
Yeah, she's like
where
her
did that
neck's
come
broken.
from?
I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So, now Damon's getting ready. We all know Damon's still kind of losing his mind.
Yeah,
right?
I like this scene.
So he's getting ready, and he's like, "I can't button my shirt. Can you help me, Elena?" And Elena comes over, and they give each other like this long stare.
Yes, Damon, I'll button up your shirt. Don't think about your brother in the other room. Like, okay,
who
bitch.
walks right in and is like,
and look, Elena is staring right at Damon's mouth, and when Stefan walks in and like says something, Elena just jumps.
She jumps
and looks at him.
It definitely took her off guard. She was looking at Damon hard. She was close to him.
Yes.
She could smell his pheromones.
And I think that was one of the first times you really like see that Elena is also has something for Damon.
Yes,
that Damon's also giving back to her.
There's also there is something
which I didn't realize it started this early.
Yeah, I only realized it started this early. I think because as I started to watch filming, you see a little more inklings of that coming ahead.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't happen for a few more seasons. But yeah, you do get that, like what Anna was saying in the last episode, that she said something about women and them being, but it's really just women that look like Catherine.
Yeah, it's
just really just girls that look like Catherine. They're just so super protective. I also feel like at this point, as hurt as Damon is, there is a part of him that believes Stefan, and I don't think that he has enough of a reason to purposely hurt him.
Yeah.
So, and obviously hurting Elena would,
Damon's really like the female version of Caroline. He cannot control his emotions.
You're right.
Yeah,
you are right about that.
It's the same people. It's just one's 17 and one's 140.
And
years
it's
old.
like kind of icky sometimes. Honestly,
Gives me
it's not very attractive sometimes. We're about to lose listeners.
I was never
all right.
a Damon fan. Damon's hot. Matt's not.
So during this exchange, she starts to tell him that about her birth mother, and then he's like, "Screw your birth mother. She abandoned you. She's trash." Blah blah blah. And then before she gets a chance to mention about Alaric, that's when Stefan interrupts. Blah blah blah. So at this point now, again, only certain people have certain information about what's going on. So he hasn't put it together. Not everybody's put it together yet.
And a little foreshadowing that will bite him in the butt later. It's gonna bite him hard too.
So Elena tells Stefan she went to see Trudy and that Trudy knows about the vampires. And he fills her in on Alaric's wife and tells her that Alaric thinks that Isabel was killed by a vampire and still does not say which one. Clearly trying to help Damon. So again, he's really trying to... I think at this point, he is trying to figure out, is she alive or not?
Yeah.
Did he kill her?
And I think he's also trying to not push Damon over the edge.
Yes,
because he knows how bad it could be if he snaps right now. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to like play all sides and make sure like
trying to keep his mental health in check.
Yes,
for sure.
Yes.
For sure. I agree with that. And well, it's about to get. All right. So Stefan at that point shows Isabel to Damon, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know her. I don't know her." So still he is acting like that. Sheriff Forbes comes in and she tells Damon that Alaric's wife went missing, and then he puts together that Alaric knows about what he did, right? But she also says the history teacher's squeaky clean. So here's the information on his wife that went missing, and then he's like, "Oh shit." And then it's squeaky clean. But yes, now things are starting to make sense and why Alaric's in town, and now he sees, Alaric instantly as a threat.
Yeah. And you can, like, see it, too. You can see him, like,
You can see it. You can see it. And Damon's about to be real Damon here in a minute. Yeah. Real Damon. So they start the Bachelor. And so they have Bachelor 4, who is Alaric, and Bachelor 5, who is Damon, and then everyone else is just...
And then Bachelor 3, Kelly Donovan dated in high school.
Yes, and also won him, whatever.
Yeah.
Damon makes some kind of suggestion to Mrs. Lockwood that she should rig it so the two of them can go off together. I don't know if Damon has a type. And he just, like... So she does, at some point. She does rig it.
I thought she just won him. I didn't.
No, she definitely rigs it. Yeah, she definitely, because she's like, oh, look, I'm the winner.
Yeah, I think Scarlett was messing with me during that. I didn't see that part.
Yeah, so she definitely rigs it. But before that, Damon goes full Damon, and while Elena's in the audience and Jenna's in the audience, he starts saying, oh, didn't your wife go to Duke? Oh, yeah, I think I met her once. I think I hooked up with her once. She was delicious. And at that point, Elena loses it.
And you could see Stefan being like, oh, shit.
Yes. Stefan's like, I'm about to be in trouble. He's about to be in trouble. God dang it. This is rough.
Right before that scene happens, though, Mrs. Lockwood asks Alaric, she goes, oh my God, you're a history teacher? Can you tell me some cool, fun facts about Mystic Falls? And you just see Damon go... Yeah, that was the funniest shit.
What do you want to tell him? Vampires?
She's like, yeah, tell us some fun facts.
Yeah,
buddy.
Mrs. Lockwood would have been like, oh, we already know about the vampires. You got something else?
And that as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, something's about to happen.
Something. So Alaric is obviously pissed. Elena's pissed. She storms off. She storms outside. Stefan goes and follows her and says, I just needed to find out more before. He basically says to her, I needed to find out more before telling you the truth. And he doesn't know for sure if she's dead because there's no body. Yeah. So Stefan lets Elena know, I'm still trying to figure everything out. I didn't want to jump to Damon killed her. So then Elena sees that dude again.
Yeah.
So the guy from the street, he's standing there, and she's like, oh, that guy was from earlier. I saw him earlier. And Stefan was like, okay, let's go back inside. Dude, go eat that dude. Go take that guy out. What?
There's no sense of urgency.
No sense of urgency with this man.
And then, like, the one dude that got invited into the house, they're like, oh, we have to murder him right now. He cannot live. And then that dude, they're like, yeah, let's just go back inside and play some pool. It's fine.
Yeah, we have no idea who this guy is, what he's about, what he's doing. Now you've seen him at two places, including Trudy's, which is not a normal place you go to. So it's not like you saw him jogging down the street at your house. You saw him. So... should be
which also ends up happening to Elena, funny enough.
Yeah, I mean, there should be more of a red flag in that instance, but
she
also
needs to have 24/7 security.
She really does. She really does. She just needs a guard with her at all times. And then Matt's mom's being a mean girl again. I don't want to talk about her. My God, she's so annoying this episode.
At that point, you're just bullying a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah, you're just like bullying someone.
And then she would also hook up with Damon and not care that Damon acts the same way Caroline does.
Yes, so exactly. And she's literally like, woe is me, right?
Yeah, you're acting like Caroline is just this like slut. Like she's sleeping with your son. She's a slut. But like you are known for that. You are literally known as like the town junkie.
You are actually known for that. Actually, fun fact, you know they were originally going to make her a succubus. She was actually supposed to be a succubus, and they ended up changing the storyline.
I don't know what that means.
So a succubus is like a female, almost like how the sirens are, like how they lure in men, and that was supposed to be her character, and then they ended up dropping that storyline, I guess, because
did they tell her that?
Yeah, I know. I don't think they did. God. I don't think they did. But yeah, she's trash and she's annoying and she's being a mean girl, and I'm just like kind of over it, especially the like, woe is me, Maddie, I don't have anyone, son, so and blah blah blah, and it's just it's incredibly annoying. It's very really toxic.
It's the mom obsessed with son.
Oh yeah,
nobody ever be good.
And not giving two shits about Vicky. Oh, Vicky, she's gonna
your daughter's
she's gonna come back at some point. Who cares? Blah blah blah.
But
like that's insane.
Maddie boy who's busting tables.
It's insane. It's really weird behavior. Yes. Really weird behavior. So Elena bumps into Damon and tells him that was her mom. And
you see immediate regret.
And anything that she thought she found redeemable in him is gone in that moment.
Done.
But also at the same time, I don't even think she's mad enough. I don't think she's mad enough.
Well, I think she's still thinking about his lips earlier on.
Yeah, she might like, still, and she also maybe is not trying to cause a scene at this point. But
I want to kiss the same lips that you sucked my mom's blood out with.
Yeah. Oh, and apparently also, because what did he say? He said, "No, I slept with her
because I liked her."
Yeah, I slept with her because I liked her.
I turned her because she begged me or something.
Yeah, I slept with her because I liked her.
Or I killed her because she begged me.
I think he says that later, but either way. Elena and Stefan go back outside. That same man is there, and he basically says to them, you need to stop looking for her. Mm-hmm. She doesn't want to know you. And Elena says, who are you talking about? Isabel. And then he's like, she doesn't want to know you. Don't worry about it. And they realize it is Isabel that they're talking about. And at that point, he says, I'm done. And he goes and he gets hit by the truck.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're going to show you guys where that happened and talk about that a little bit more outside. But Elena picks up his cell phone. Mm-hmm. So she picks up his phone one way or another. We're going to see that later in the episode.
Body gets demolished. The phone was fine, though.
Yes, yes.
The body got trampled, but the phone.
Well, that's when they used to make the phones good.
And also, I just want to let everybody know, I watched this with my 2-year-old, and as soon as that happened, she went, uh-oh, Mommy, he died.
Yeah. Well,
like, yeah, he did.
Gotta teach him young.
Yeah.
All right. Surprise, surprise. Jenna won Alaric. Okay. We saw that coming. Jenna won Alaric. And then we give a flashback to Isabel basically telling Alaric that he's not good enough. Like the whole flashback. It's just her going, maybe I want more. Maybe this isn't enough for me. Maybe blah, blah, because he's like, we don't have kids. We don't have blah, blah, blah. Like, I just want to have a normal life. And she's like, none of this is enough for me, basically.
Isabel's like, she's like what you think somebody dating a vampire would be like. Like Bella in Twilight. She's like, oh my God, you have to turn me right now. I have to turn. And then Elena's like, yeah, I don't care. I don't want to be. Which is crazy because I would be the one being like, no, but here, bite.
Yeah. Like, no, I agree. Elena's more like, let me just see if I can figure this out for a little while.
I still want to go to high school. Like, I still want to graduate and get my classes.
She's like, I want to go to school with my friends.
Sure,
I want to do things. Like, I still look really good. There's time, you know. So back at the Salvatore house, Alaric comes in with a stake, and Damon's like, Damon gives him a couple of chances. He's like, dude, you don't want to do that. He's like, you're stupid. Why'd you come here? Why'd you do this?
He also holds back a lot too.
He does. He does hold back a lot. I think that he does try to give him a chance to get out of the situation, but he ends up killing him. So Damon's like, Alaric won't stop. He won't stop going towards Damon. He won't stop, trying to attack him. And Damon's like, sorry, I think I hit along.
And you can also see Damon immediately be like, oh shit, what did I just do?
Yeah.
Because he's sitting there and he's drinking, and you can just think like,
yes,
Elena's going to be mad at me.
Elena's already pissed at me.
I killed the only person that could tell her anything about her mother that I also killed. And he's just like, oh, fuck.
Yes. Now, this part right here, Stefan comes in. This part blows my mind. We talk about we talk about Damon and his emotional problems. Stefan comes in, and then Damon gives him this like delusional excuse about how Catherine sent Isabel to him, and it has to be Catherine because there's no way, obviously, Elena is related to Catherine. We can see that now, and now that we know that Isabel's her mom, Catherine sent Isabel to me. Why else would she?
They're all related.
Why me? Maybe because you're one of the 2 vampires from Mystic Falls that are still alive. The rest of them are under the church.
And then Stefan literally just goes, stop. Like, he just goes, stop.
He's like, dude, you've got to stop chasing her. And he's like, nah.
Like, I would rather listen to Caroline give one more speech than that than listen to Damon's crazy-ass conspiracies about what happened.
It's so weird. It's so strange because it's like, clearly, bruh, like, Anna told you, I saw her 30 years back.
She does not care.
She wanted nothing to do with you. She's had 150 years to figure it out. And now you're like, oh no, she's playing games. She's been sending me little hints. She's been doing whatever. Which, I mean, I guess if you have fucking forever to play around and do those kind of things, but maybe have a conversation about it. Maybe if Catherine would have said, hey, I'll find you.
But also, I don't know if we've already talked about this, but didn't Catherine compel? No, she compelled Stefan. She never compelled Stefan.
She didn't compel Damon. Okay.
I don't understand why he's so damn crazy.
I don't either.
Like, And even him being like, oh my God, yeah, like, look. It's like that meme with the dude from Always Sunny. Like, he's trying to put 2 and 2 together, and it's like,
it's really a wild
But
scene.
no, I thought
he's crashing.
Stefan,
He's crashing. And Stefan's
just
like,
going, stop.
He's so like, dude, he needs it. Stefan's like about to shake him.
A little fucking crazy now.
He did. He sounded really, really crazy. It was crazy.
Damon's definitely a big ick in this episode.
Yes, he is. He is. He's very icky in this episode. I agree. Damon leaves. Alaric wakes up. And Stefan's like, oh shit, he's in transition. He must have had blood in his system. But Alaric immediately says, that's not what it is. This feels very different. And then we see a flashback to him and Isabel. And Isabel gives him the ring that he's wearing. She says, doesn't she make a comment about it being a family heirloom? But we're not sure at this point what that means.
She tells him if somebody says something, just tell them it's a family
heirloom. Tell them it's a family heirloom.
Because he's like, oh, this is like gaudy. And she's like, well, if somebody says anything, just say it's a family heirloom.
Right. And she was like, do not take it off. It will protect you from all things going bump in the night. And we still don't even know exactly what that means yet. So, but we know that Alaric woke up. We don't know if it means he's alive, if he's only going to be here for 24 hours. What's going to happen?
He's like looking at his hand. And then he's like, oh, I it was something else. But then the ring's on the opposite hand that he didn't look at.
Yeah. He's like, All right, Matt Davis.
Oh, shit.
So the episode ends with Elena using that cell phone. She makes a phone call. We assume it's Isabel. And she's like, Isabel. And she hangs up the phone. And then we see Harper knock on the door. And Pearl and a couple of the other tomb vampires open it, and they have a human that is...
I can't remember her name.
I can't remember.
It's like Miss Gladys or something.
Yeah, no. Miss something. I can't remember. Miss Geddes. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's something.
Miss Gibbons. Miss Gibbons.
Yes, Miss Gibbons. That's what it is.
Miss Gibbons. Miss Gibbons, can you let him inside? Let Harper inside. Let him inside. Yes. And yeah. And that's episode 15.
I love Pearl. I think Pearl is one of my favorite
I
characters.
also love Pearl too.
I think
she ends up
she's
being
also
really
just
good.
Beautiful. Like,
yeah,
she's
very
so
much.
And I think like she just looks like she would be from an older time period. She's beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful woman.
Maybe she's one that we could get to come. Ooh, Jessica. She can cut that. You can cut that. All right, and that is it for episode 15. A Few Good Men. For the Covington connection, we got a few things here. We're going to cut to some stuff that we're filming outside, but I just wanted to say again that they did film inside of Matt's house for this episode. Elena's porch was from the stages, so I think that's important to note. We did see Jenna and Matt kiss while they were hanging up the sign. We have photos of that.
Alaric.
Alaric.
His real name.
Yeah, sorry. Aunt Jenna and Alaric kiss. We do have some photos from that. And then this episode was my first time seeing filming, so I did get to meet Matt Davis, Paul Wesley, and Nina Dobrev that day, so that was really, really cool. And then, of course, the dummy that was hit, that was drugged through the street. We've got a picture of Jessica with that dummy as well. All right, so as we mentioned, this is the first time that I ever saw filming. I have now recapped the first 14 episodes, and episode 15 is when everything changed for me. I was actually out here that evening during the day when Alaric and Jenna are hanging up the sign and they're like smooching. Jessica was out here for that, and we have some fun photos that we're gonna pop in for you guys to see. But that night, if you remember, after Elena and Stefan come out of the Mystic Grill, the guy comes over and he's basically like, hey, she doesn't want anything to do with you. And Elena's like, who are you talking about? Isabel. And he says, I'm done here. And he gets hit by a truck. So when he gets hit by the truck, it was actually a dummy that they used. They didn't hit a real person. And they threw that dummy out in the road and dragged it so many times that day. We felt like, or at least Jessica felt like it was a character in the episode, so she did get a picture with the dummy that we're going to actually put up on screen for you guys to see. But it was one of those things where, yeah, I mean, they just like over and over and over again threw it in front of the truck and dragged it. So earlier in the afternoon, I actually got to meet Matt Davis. So I believe he was the first character that I got a picture with on the show. This was actually taken over by the church, which was like their base camp area that they were using. But my pictures with Paul
This is my very first picture with Paul from this episode, and this is my very first picture with Nina from this episode. And you can kind of see the Mystic Grill back in the corner, and I'll walk you guys over to about where we were. And I was standing about right here, so we were actually watching filming from over there. As soon as they said cut for the night, it was a late night. This is about where we were. Like I said, you can see the little Mystic Grill. You can't see it in my picture with Paul, but we are standing in the same area. Him and Nina both came out together that night. That was really fun. That was a lot of fun. That was really cool. And that was right outside here at the Mystic Grill. First time I ever met them, January 22nd, 2010.
For our receipts this episode, we have a really, really fun one. So this took us a minute to find, but I was like, I know I've seen this sticker so many times. I know we have this shirt. And I remember this was one of the very first things that we got from production, because this was one of the first things that we had, if I remember right, hanging up in when she had a little area inside the antique shop. So
really?
When we had the antique store that had the different things that she sold, because Jessica literally went from selling out of the back of her van to getting a spot at the antique shop, and the antique shop is now Social Goat, so it's a restaurant, and then now she has her own storefront. But as the show went on and things happened, then they would give us, stuff at the end of the episodes and things like that. And this was one that we got that we were really, really excited about. This is actually, usually Damon or Ian usually wears a smaller or medium. This is a large. This is actually kind of big for him. But anyways, love this shirt. Love the Bachelor number 5. We'll take a couple of pictures of it to put up.
It's a very nice shirt.
But it's a really nice shirt.
Yeah, it's very, stiff, I guess.
And Bachelor number 5 went to who won again? Oh yeah, Mrs. Lockwood.
Yeah.
And then Damon was nowhere to be found.
Mrs. Lockwood is so me, though. I'm just saying, if I'm doing that, I'm rigging it too.
I'm also rigging it. I'm also rigging it. Have you met her husband?
Dude,
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That guy's a jerk. I'd be riding Damon
she's
too.
Not ugly either. She's like desperate housewife. Of
Yeah, yeah. She's got money. Who cares? So, one of the things, if you remember in the episode, we talked about Sheriff Forbes doing her due diligence in the background on Alaric. So, this is the paperwork that she hands Damon. So, she hands Damon. So, it says Alaric Saltzman, Winston-Salem Police Department. His date of birth is January 15th, 1973. That's fine. I didn't know that. He's a male, Caucasian, 5'11", 180 pounds, green eyes and brown hair. Look at that. Here's a bunch of fingerprints.
They just used his real weight. So
yeah, I'm also assuming that too.
And wait until y'all hear how tiny this next person is.
Jesus, I can't even. All right, so here is the missing persons report. I'm going to read it, all right? So let's start with the subject, Isabel Fleming. She is a missing person. Her date of birth is October 17th, 1975. Female, all right? 5'4", brown hair, Caucasian, green eyes. I guess her and Alaric are actually brother and sister. And her weight, 101.
Oh my God. I think I was 101 pounds when I was 10.
In 5th grade. I was going to say 5th grade.
I think I was already like 115 by then. I was probably in like 4th grade.
Yeah. I would say the last time I was 101 was before puberty.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, it was way long before then. This is wild. 101 pounds. And honestly, I mean, I don't know if that's her real weight or not. I'll assume it is, but she's not like she's tiny up there, so that's a lot of weight. And we can cut that. All right.
What were you trying to say? She looks fat.
No, I'm just saying she's got she's got big old titties. All right. So the incident is missing person investigation. Time of the report, 8:10. The investigation officer is Detective D. Masterson. Ew, like Danny Masterson? He's in jail. All right. Winston-Salem Police. And then the contact is Lieutenant Mary Lancer. Details of disappearance. MSPD received a report of a missing person at 8:23 a.m. The call was made by the missing person's spouse, Alaric Saltzman. He reported that his wife, Isabel Saltzman, had not come home that night before and had not called. It was uncharacteristic of her to stay out all night. Mr. Saltzman returned home at approximately 9 p.m. and was concerned that his wife was not at home. There was no note. He stated that he called several of her friends, see attached 12A and 12D, which we don't have. No one had seen her that day. He thought that she would come home and waited up for her. He stated that he had fallen asleep while watching television. The next morning, when she had not returned, he telephoned police. No note had been left. Her car and purse were still at their residence. And then it shows her driver's license with a lot of the information that we had shared before. But yeah.
And I'll put a photo of this up so y'all can see it. But it's crazy to think, like, this was on screen for, 2 seconds?
Yes.
It was literally when Sheriff Forbes hands it to Damon, you see, like, a quick flash of this. And they put so much into it just for it to be seen for that little bit.
Which is fun.
And
I
also,
think
can
that's
we
fun.
talk about how perfect this is for, like, almost 15 years ago?
I know.
Like, it is in perfect condition.
We kept this in a nice folder. Because some of our stuff is not. Oh, wait. 729 Oak Park Drive. Let's see if that's a real address. We should look it up.
I'll look it up and put it in the
Let's
video.
try to see if we can. It was issued August 12th, 1998 and expired August 12th, 2003.
So is that when she went missing? No.
So she had to have went missing. Oh, does this
time of the hold on. Date of birth.
Time of the report. What year did they file the report? We don't even see this.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you on here.
So we know that they're in the year 2010. So that's a 7-year difference.
Which would make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think she got murdered and the Lark immediately went to Mystic Falls.
Yeah, probably
and you
not. Probably not. Yeah.
Damon too. I mean, he's just been out doing whatever.
That makes sense. Ooh, that's something fun to dive into. All right, MVP of this episode. My MVP is Alaric.
I gotta look at my.
I chose Alaric just because I feel like I don't know, he really got shit on this episode. I mean, like Damon mocking him, making fun of him. I mean, especially after everything that Damon had been through, like him, like just realizing the love of his life is gone, to have like zero sympathy for Alaric in what Alaric, because Alaric is doing exactly what Damon was doing. I mean, Alaric's just trying to find his wife. So for Damon to basically be like, I don't know, such a jerk about it. I don't know. I feel like Alaric really put up with a lot this episode, and
so
I think
speaking of Alaric, I was actually thinking of something. We were watching the episode. There was a scene where Jenna, it like straight up says, like, you know, I think Elena's your wife's daughter or whatever. And I was thinking back to the live podcast that we did, and Matt Davis had no idea he was marrying somebody's sister.
Yeah.
And I literally thought, I was like, had they never said that line, I think Matt Davis would have never known.
He would have never realized
his wife.
He would have never realized
knew it.
Yes.
But my MVP was Stefan. I chose Stefan because I thought that Stefan was he was playing all sides. He's trying to play good guy with everybody. And everybody is giving him the hardest time they could ever give him. He's like, I just want to make you happy. And they're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I did choose Stefan.
At no point, I think that's a great choice, but at no point, Stefan has not put himself first yet. Like, Stefan really is like the one character that has really been trying to help everyone.
He's trying to work with Alaric. He's trying to work with Elena. He's trying to work with Damon. And he's trying to just make it all work, and they're all fighting him. Yes. So I definitely did choose him.
That's awesome. All right, Stefan's a good choice. Quote of the episode.
You ready
what
for
is
me?
your quote? Yes.
Mine was from Alaric, and it's when he tells Stefan, he goes, he murdered my wife, or at least made a meal of her. When has he ever been stable? I love that.
Hey, that's a great question.
I was like, you know what? That is a good point that Alaric is making right now.
Very good point. Mine is also about Damon, which is great. It's Elena, and she says, maybe this heartache will be good for him. It'll remind him that he has one, even if it doesn't beat. And it doesn't, because he treats Alaric like shit anyways. Yeah. So, for our throwback theories and reactions, I mean, honestly, I feel like we unpacked a lot of this episode, in this episode, and a lot of the fan theories and flashbacks have to do with Alaric and Isabel, and I kind of want to wait to dive into that. So
yeah,
I did write down one thing where someone said, and I actually said this earlier in the episode, someone said that they didn't feel like Elena had enough of a reaction about what Damon did to her mom, and it does indicate that maybe there's some feelings there that aren't really awake yet. So the audience is also seeing it as much as we are. But yeah, we're going to get into a lot of stuff with Alaric and his wife in the coming episodes, so I don't want to go too much into that. And that's why A Few Good Men still resonates. It's really the starting point of a world I had no idea that I was going to be in for so long. Next up, episode 16, There Goes the Neighborhood. We'll pick up the pace with more vampires because there are a lot of vampires hitting town. Yeah. And alliances are going to shift again because, duh, you cannot trust anyone in Mystic Falls. I think that we have learned that.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed the episode, let us know by using hashtag Bloodlines and Backdrops. Tell us how you're surviving the series so far. We'd love to hear what you think. And until then, stay safe, stay vampy, and remember, in Mystic Falls, nothing is ever as it seems.